Okay, it's 6 o'clock, so I would like to honor your time and we can get started. My name is Trey Williams. I'm the high school principal, and I want to thank the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 families that are here, and Dr. Parker, our assistant superintendent. This is a very informative evening that we're trying to promote, so we're going to do this evening again on Thursday evening. So please tell, if you got friends and family that have kids that are going to be in 8th grade through 11th grade, please let them know that we're going to be offering this again, and you can kind of give them a heads up about what we're doing, okay? So we're going to talk about our Lovington graduation avenues and pathways. It's, believe it or not, that time of year again where we start looking at trying to sign kids up, students up for next year's classes. And so then we can start looking at master schedules and teachers and classrooms and all of those types of things. One of the focuses we have this year is to hopefully ensure that we put students in classes that they want to be in. And so we have 3 different avenues. Our objectives today are to provide valuable information in order to inform your choices regarding academic future here at Lovington High School. And we've got some exciting things. So our agenda, we're, like I said, talk about graduation avenues. And we're going to get into it, and you can follow along within your slideshow slide sheets there. The 3 that we're going to talk about. We have our CTE terms and career-bound avenue that we'll speak with. A lot of times when we start talking in educational language, it's all in acronyms, right? CTE, this, I mean, it's all over the place. So we're going to define some of those words for you so you understand what we're saying as well. And then we have the 7 pathways. You have a brochure in your hand that was put together that describes some of the different pathways we offer here, all of the pathways we offer here at Lovington High School, but we have others that we offer either through CTEC in Hobbs or through the junior college as well. And then we have the college-bound avenue, so we have students we know that are going to go to post-secondary education that may want to take AP classes, honors classes, dual credit classes, and we're going to speak about those for a little bit as well. The comprehensive avenue, the way I describe that is like Golden Corral. How many of y'all been to Golden Corral before, right? And so when you get to Golden Corral, you can choose a steak or you can choose some asado, you can have a taco, you can have a potato, you can have a piece of pie, you can have just about anything you want at Golden Corral. The comprehensive avenue is pretty much the same way. We have a student that may want to take a college level class, but doesn't want to fill all of the schedule with college level classes. So then they might want to learn how to cook, so they take a culinary arts class. And then, so it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. They're not really concentrating in one area, so it's comprehensive. They can have a little bit of what they want to take. And then finally, we're going to talk about a new platform that we have. It's Maya Learning. And through Maya Learning, that's how we're going to get you and your students to your children to sign up for their pathways and the classes that they want to take next year. Okay, so this is the information night, what we've got planned, what we have in store. It's really exciting. And then we will go into classrooms, and we're going to show the students how to log into Maya. We're going to go through that process, and then they're going to actually take their Chromebook home, and you as parents will be able to look. This is what I want them to take. And then there's an electronic signature. It used to be you had to hand sign it, right? An electronic signature saying, this is what we've agreed on for my child to take. And then the counselors get that, and then we can start the scheduling process. Okay? And that's a really great platform. Not only does it do that, students are able to go in there and do career interests so they can kind of see what they want to be when they get older. It also talks sometimes about post-secondary. So if they want to go into this career, what are some universities or junior colleges in our area or across the nation that they can go to obtain that degree or that certificate of what they want? Does that make sense? So it's a really awesome platform that we're using as well. Okay? All right, so at this time, I'm going to turn it over to, and before I forget, he's coming over here. Come on over here, Mr. Sloan. I've got Mr. Sloan. He is our CTE coordinator. He's going to talk quite a bit here, inform you about some stuff, go through some pathways. But also sitting over here in the front row, if you'll wave when I call your name, we've got Miss Corey Ornelas. She is this year our junior counselor, and she does a little bit of the freshman. But our counselors move up each year. So next year, Ms. Ornelas will be our senior counselor. This year's senior counselor in the back row with the green shirt, that is Miss Munoz. And she has a little bit of the freshmen, but she takes care of the freshmen. So next year, if your child's a freshman this year, she will become their full-time counselor as sophomores. And then, sitting next to her in the blue shirt, Miss Kelly Wright. And she this year is our sophomore counselor. Again, does a little bit of the freshmen. They have different parts of the alphabet with freshmen. Next year, she will be the junior counselor, okay? All right, thank you for being here, and I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Sloan.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Welcome. It's good to see some familiar faces. And if I could just put a plug in, please encourage your youngsters, your students, to use this incredible Lovington High School counselor team. So some do, but not near enough. So please encourage them, particularly if they want more information based on what you see tonight. So briefly, there's a wonderful story called Alice in Wonderland. Maybe you read it in school. It's called Through the Looking Glass, and it's written by a remarkable author by the name of Lewis Carroll. Does anybody remember the story? I think I even read it to, my kids. And it's about Alice that was running through the forest, and she came to a fork in the road that's represented by the slides above. And she goes, which road should I take? And then up in the tree, do you remember the character, the Cheshire Cat? The Cheshire Cat says, Alice, where do you want to go? And Alice says, whatever, doesn't really matter. And then the Cheshire Cat yells back, then any way will get you there. So one of the things that we hope that our prospective students in our CTE pathways at least develop a sense of where they want to go. That doesn't mean they can't change their mind. But if they don't know where to go, then every way is going to get them there. So that's my plug on Lewis Carroll, the author. Here was the 3 graduation avenues that Mr. Williams was talking about: career-bound, college-bound, comprehensive. And our counselors are going to talk more about this when I turn the mic over to them. Real briefly, the career-bound is CTE Pathways, what you'll see tonight. It's also a program called ACTA. Every day at Lovington High School, we send 27 students to the junior college for 2 periods in the afternoon. And this is just some of the courses they take: nursing, they take cosmetology, they can take hairstyling, they can take cosmetology, which is really, really popular. They have an oil preparation energy program as well too, floral design, and there's some others, okay? So more about that if you're interested. In CTEC, we send 20 students. Matter of fact, there was a couple in the lobby every day for the first 2 periods. They head to the Hobbs new vocational high school building. It's called CTEC. And at CTEC, they take automotive mechanics, diesel, as well as gasoline. They take carpentry. They take auto body and architectural drawing. Those are the pathways that we have the kids taking right now. And there's others that you'll learn about tonight as well too. The college bound is honors AP, dual credit, where you get both high school credit and credit towards a associate's degree. There's early college, which is called early college. There's ITV, which is here on campus with a college professor. And then we have one class, a senior level social studies class that's in person. We also have a graduation avenue called comprehensive. This is what Mr. Williams was talking about in his buffet. Or if you're where I'm from, back east, we call it a smorgasbord. And in that smorgasbord, you can get just about anything you want. So if a student is interested in culinary but also wants to learn to weld, they can do that. They may also be interested in child development. So that's a potpourri of courses in the comprehensive graduation avenue. Those 3 make sense? Okay. Now, I'm not going to read this, but you have this in your paperwork. It's really important that you understand these definitions. What is CTE? What's a career pathway? Let me just tell you what a career pathway is an organized curriculum And they're either 3-year or 4-year programs, okay? If you finish 2 years, we call those students a concentrator. If you finish the entire curriculum, we call those completers. We want as many concentrators once a student has picked a student pathway that he or she really enjoys to stick it out, if at all possible. If they wait till their junior or senior year to switch, they're going to have a lot of classes to make up. It's just harder, especially at the end of that pathway, as Mr. Williams says, they can get that certificate, which is a big, big deal to future employers. There is a career cluster, and you can read about that. I've already mentioned the concentrator and completer, and we're really excited. We're right now rebuilding our work-based learning, and that would be specifically for students that are in a CTE pathway. So these are not students that get a job at McDonald's because they want to make some extra money. Imagine that you're in the OPEP, oil preparation program, and you have the opportunity for 20 to 30 hours a week when you're a junior or a senior to work in a small oil service company on everything that goes with it. So you're putting all that previous training to work. Of course, you can't be out in the oil field itself until you're 18, but you can do a lot of learning inside. And we have some incredible industry partners that are really excited about our students doing that. So, we talked about the CTE Pathways, we talked about ACT Academy, and I talked about CTEC. Here are some of the, Here are some of the, I forgot criminal justice, as well as welding at the junior college. And here's just a sample: construction, plumbing, carpentry, HVAC, architecture, welding, and of course auto mechanics. So there is quite a menu that our students have to choose from. So here are our 7 pathways. And when the counselors finish, what's going to happen is we'll have small groups that go to each of these CTE pathway teachers. And you won't get a lot of time, but you'll get probably a good 5 solid minutes. And you'll get a sense of, first of all, what the facility looks like. And then they'll talk a little bit deeper dive into their curriculum. Like, does the curriculum start in 10th grade? What prerequisites do you need? All that really important information. So it's time, I think, to turn it over. Ms. Munoz.
Okay, this is just a sample of what we have. We're going to start with the business pathway right here. The first class that you start with the business pathway is personal money management. Then you go into year 1, year 2, year 3, and then we have a sample of careers in business that you can take, which is entrepreneur, office manager, social media coordinator. That's just a few. Our next pathway is hospitality, tourism, and culinary arts pathway. We have year 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 is advanced culinary and with grade 12. Careers in hospitality are dietitian, chef, food nutritionist, which is just a sample of a few of the courses that you can take or a career that you can get. Our next one is human services pathway, which includes child development. We have year 1, 2, 3, and 4 with careers in early childhood education, child development, counseling, and mental health if you're interested in that. Our next one is health sciences pathway. We have year 1, 2, and 3. This is our sports medicine one with Coach Contreras. Careers in health sciences include athletic trainer, orthopedist, and nurse. And we can help you figure out which pathway you need to take for those, or if it's a junior college one, a CTEC, or here at Lovington High School. Okay, next.
So another pathway would be our energy pathway. You would have OPEP, so you'd have OPEP 1, 2, and 3. A couple careers in OPEP would be your lease operator, roustabout. Another pathway is going to be your STEM pathway. In your STEM pathway, you're going to have 4 years of this. This can range from anywhere from introduction to engineering to advanced robotics and then aerospace engineering in your 4th year. A couple of careers in the STEM is mechanical engineer and then software developer. The last pathway is going to be your agriculture, food, and natural resource pathway. Again, this is going to be for 4 years. This ranges from agriculture 1 to agriculture 4. A couple of career would be agriculture educator and then conservative scientist or conservation scientist. A couple of key facts on the CTE statistics is 8 years after high school graduation, students who focused on career and technical education had a higher median income than students who did not. Okay, 77% of high school students across the U.S. have participated in CTE classes. There are 30 million jobs that pay higher than 60,000 that do not require a college degree. And last but not least, the school students who CTE concentrators graduate at a higher rates than the non-concentrators.
Okay, so this is your college-bound avenue, and these are the courses that are offered. This is not all of them. It's just to give you some examples. So if they take the ITV classes, it would be like composition and lit, composition and lit, U.S. history, introduction to psychology, sociology, things like that. So we have the ITV classes where you're in the classroom, in the library, and you either have someone on the, what am I trying to say? On the TV. Yeah, you have somebody on the TV or on your Chromebook. Yeah, and so, or you can be just where you do online classes in those rooms and there's no professor, it's just all on your Chromebook. Dual credit, things like public speaking, interpersonal connections, government, economics, again, not all, just some. Honors classes, English, history, algebra, geometry. And then the AP, we've got some AP classes too, English and United States history. Comprehensive Avenue, students interested in taking an assortment of classes, and the assortment are the electives right here, your Spanish, your art, your high school band, your choir, things like that. Those things are offered, and they can take those as many years as we offer them if they want to. Okay.
Thank you, ladies. And Mr. Williams did a really good job of talking about this. Just a couple of additional points about Maya Learning. Parents have access to it, which is really cool. So as your student matriculates through high school and builds a resume, for example, every year, you'll have sight into that. When they start to pick technical schools or colleges, junior college or regular four-year university or a training program or the military, you'll have access to that as well too. So that's a really, really cool feature because we know that parents and guardians bring a lot of great counsel to selecting a potential occupation. And the students, as Mr. Williams said, over the next couple of weeks will get a lot of training in Maya Learning. It's very simple. You don't have to be an IT whiz to use it. So it's a pretty simple program, and that's what we'll be using for registration. And of course, we're here tonight. Tomorrow we'll be over at the middle school, and then we'll do this one more time for parents and guardians and students on Thursday. So another plug, if you know anybody that might be interested in a CTE pathway, please pass the word. We really appreciate it. So now, this is the most important part. You get to experience our CTE pathway teachers. And they really are in the top 1%. Because a lot of CTE classes, to be effective, have to be hands-on. So they're going to do their best to give you as much information as possible about the pathway, and you also have a takeaway that they're going to hand you, a document that will explain it. So later, if you have any questions, you don't hesitate. So I want to get a sense of the families that are together. Are you all four together? Okay, so you don't do anything yet, but you're going to be number one. It's only fitting, right? You're going to be number one. Are you four all together? So you're going to be group two. Back here, are you all together or no? But we may have you go together because you're a small group. Okay, the three of you, you will go to number 3. And I'll tell you what that is in just a second. Over here, 4. In the back altogether? Yes, no? Okay, good. 5. Sorry. I forget you didn't have a mic. So, group 1. And we have students. Mr. Payan, if you would ask our escorts to come on down, that would be great. I can't see who that is. Sir, are you here by yourself? Okay, well, you could join that group if you'd like. Okay, perfect. Now, just a little heads up. We're having, if you live near the school, no doubt you've heard it, the students will tell you it's pretty loud all day long. We're having repair work done on our roof. And because stuff flies off the roof, we've got all these barricades up. So please don't try to climb any fences, right? I don't want to come out there and have to remove anybody that's stuck. I'm saying that to the students that are here more than anybody else. They know how to get around it, as do our escorts, okay? It looks complicated, looks a little like a maze, but it's okay. You ready? All right. Oh, that was Mr. Dela Cruz back there. I can see about the 4th row. I can see no rows, 4th row, so it's heck to get old. I'm waiting for our escorts, if you could hear me in the lobby. Thank you, Mr. Payan. Yeah, they're coming. We got them paired up. So, you ladies, a little change in plans. You're going to take this very nice family down here to the daycare. Daycare, where you know where that is. The door is open. So you can join these nice ladies. They'll introduce themselves. And you can go ahead and take them out. And then after that, yes, you'll hear an announcement from Mr. Williams over the speaker, and he'll tell you when to move to the next group. All right. 3 of you? Okay, you're in good hands. Here's almost a one-on-one. You 3 gentlemen are going to take these 4 folks right here to the shop, to Mr. Hagler's OPEP program. So you can head out there now. Yeah, we'll have to split them up because these folks will not know where to go. All right, next, you are the next. So you are going to take them to the greenhouse. One of you, please. You know where the greenhouse is? Okay, would you go introduce yourself to them and escort them to the greenhouse? Ready? You are going, sir, do you know where the freshman hallway is? Good. Do you know where Mr. Crawford's room is? It's room 405, okay, on the right-hand side. Would you take these very nice people here, please? You could go straight there now. Then you'll hear an announcement, and the person that's in there will tell you to rotate. Where are you heading to the shop? Okay, perfect. Hey, how are you, Mr. Fountain? And last but not least, that family right there is going to go with me. I am the, okay, perfect. Well, I'm the person presenting, so I have to go too. I'm standing in for Mr. Contreras tonight, sports medicine. So here you go. Come on down.